Okay. Thank you, Aparna. So yeah, I'm Srijani and I'm 16 years old and I'm part of Aarohi for a quite long time now. So Aarohi all started all at 2008. So Aarohi is basically a family, a community filled with families of open learning, like families who are doing open learning, homeschooling, and unlearning. So we all together come together of different ages. As you can see in the picture too, we are of different ages. As we are from different families. We come together and create or co-create our own open learning journeys and do everything together and have fun and learn. So Aarohi is presently located in Bangalore. I mean, 60 kilometers away from Bangalore, near a village. So yeah, and in Aarohi we explore different interests. Like, of course, every interest is worth exploring and trying out new stuff. So we do different types of interest, and then slowly kind of build our, maybe start narrowing down to one interest, and then kind of deep dive into it and kind of find our passion, I would say. And that's when this CoVersity came up. So it's like journey from passion to profession. So of course, so CoVersity is for people like you, like me, the 14 to 21 years old guys who is wanting to deep dive into one of their interests and develop it and find, like, discover or make their passion. So we, of course, do it along, like, I'm not alone in this journey. So I have my peers, like, which are cohort buddies who will always be there with me, like a support, as a companion, as a kind of a co-passenger with me along with this journey. And we do lots and lots of work. We put in our time and effort into one interest and kind of immerse ourselves and do industry related work like projects, internships, and stuff like that. And we are supported by guides and mentors throughout the journey. Guides are the people who guide us in whichever way we need, and mentors are the industry experts who kind of help us in like narrowing their support to the domain. And we finally develop ourselves and build our expertise in that domain, or maybe multiple domains, and kind of become a professional. So one such example is Asavri. She's 23, and she also kind of tried out different kinds of interests she had. She loved to cook and some gardening and some other interests that she kind of dabbled on. And finally, she felt that sustainability was something she really loved. So she started Danak Naturals, and now she's an entrepreneur. So yeah, CoVersity is all about discovering your passion and growing through it professionally. So one such example is Kanda, who is 17 years old. He also really loved fitness and now going professionally towards being a fitness trainer. And this CoVersity is completely self-led journey. So where I decide what to do according to our dream, my own dream and aim, and do it in my own style and my way at my pace, and then reflect about it and understand what has been done and what I have to do later. So one such example is, of course, me, where I really am passionate about baking, and I decide what kind of projects I want to take up, which kind of internship I want to take up, or what should I do. So, and I do it. So yeah, this journey is like accompanied by a lot of cohort buddies who can grill us, drill us, chill with us, and they're like be with us like a companion, like a mentor, like a guide, like they're everything for us. So one such example is Drupad, who is 18 and who is wanting to make his profession become a football player. So in his journey, cohort members had played a really good role in his journey, that he also had Skanda for helping him in the fitness thing and all. Yeah. And as I said, we work to learn. We completely put all our time and efforts into doing stuff and understanding, experiencing it, and then learning it. So we do different kind of projects, internships, and apprenticeships. So we get connected to the industry by going into the industry. So one such example is Riya. She's 18 and she loves designing, and she started learning by working in different kinds of projects. Recently, she has been doing in website designing. She designed a website. So yeah, she's learning by doing different kind of projects and maybe a little earning too. So during all this journey, we have support of our mentors, buddies, guides, and of course, the thriving community that we have at our back. So yeah, they support us, they keep track of us, mentor us. So yeah, even though it's a self-led journey, I'm not alone in it. We have ample support. So one such example is Krishif, who is interested in graphic designing and illustration. He also found his mentors by attending few meetups, illustrator meetups, and some by Instagram, and some from the community. So he got some support from the guides and the mentors too. So as I said, we do a lot of work and we experience a lot of different stuff. So we record all of that and make our portfolio so that we are both certified. So one such example is Rishti. She loves, or she's very passionate about writing, and she kind of made her portfolio in a website. So she kind of tracked all her experiences and writings there. So let me end this by a small quote. A bird sitting on a tree is never afraid of the branch breaking, because her trust is not on the branch, but on her own wings. We develop ourselves. Thank you. So this is the overall mind map of CoVersity. So, yeah, you're open for questions. You can add your thoughts, suggest questions, or anything. Thank you.
I want to ask, what is your greatest challenge today as a, as you're transitioning from your passion to your profession?
Okay. Okay, there are multiple challenges I feel at every step of me going towards profession. Yeah, like what kind? Do you want to more specify what challenge you mean?
To you, say suppose you want to do something. I mean, I'm asking a general question. Just checking, what approach do you take when there is a challenge? How does CoVersity help somebody who is facing a certain challenge? Say you are looking for, you're fond of baking, and say something as you're trying something new, for example, and it's been a while that you have been trying some kind of a new thing and you're not getting it. So how do you, approach that kind of a challenge?
Yeah, so we have different support circles. That I can get support from. Maybe my cohort buddies would be always like I'm with them. So obviously they'll be first support. And if I want even more better support, maybe I'll go to my guides. Maybe if not that, I'll go search for a mentor who can guide me with whatever problem I'm facing. like, yeah, if I'm facing some issue with cakes, I'll go for a mentor who is expert in cakes. So I'll go find maybe on Instagram, maybe on maybe I'll ask people if they have any contacts or something. So yeah, by that, maybe I can get a mentor and then I can ask her about the challenge I'm facing about.
Okay, so share your personal example. That's a I will say a scenario, but your challenge that you would have faced, and how did you, being a part of the CoVersity community, how did you, face the challenge?
Okay, I am not yet part of CoVersity. I'll be joining from June. So
Okay.
yeah, and but apart from that,
but you've been open learner, so you've been living life of challenges. In fact, what's life if there are no
that's
challenges?
what I'm not even remembering. Like, yeah, they keep coming and going. Like, there is nothing like a big challenge, a small challenge. They come and go. So I'm thinking. Aparna, if you have any, you can jump in.
Okay, so for me, challenges, I haven't faced a very big challenge. So one big challenge for me is that I get mentally down at some times when I am doing some work, and I feel that I don't want to do it anymore. It has been happening for me for yesterday and today. So that's actually for me it's a big challenge. When I get mentally down and upset, I feel that I'm not with my full energy and work. So I just take a break at those times. Like I just go out with my family members and I just be with my family members. So I guess that helps me. It's, for me, work-wise, I haven't faced any big challenges because there's a lot more for me to explore. So yeah.
One challenge I faced was I know a bakery that I really love to eat. So I wanted to do an internship there. So it was really awkward to ask them, like, will you give me an internship? So that was one challenge I faced.
Right. Okay, another thing that I need to know is now, as much as I understand, the CoVersity, this whole program is like 6 months, I think.
The journey part, Aparna will be sharing shortly. So
Okay.
maybe then you can get a better clarity and understanding about it. If you have any questions regarding to now presentation, you can ask, or Aparna can start her presentation.
Yeah.
Okay, Aparna, I guess you can go ahead.
So hi everyone, I'm Aparna, and yeah, so we can go into the presentation. So even though CoVersity is a platform, or a CoVersity is a journey where I lead, but there will be my cohort buddies who will be there with me throughout my journey to help me out with various stuff and just be with me. That's something great. So I might have one key interest where I would like to deep dive. I might like to have multiple interests, and I might choose one interest of it and deep dive in it, or I'm still not sure of my interest. So I can start by deep diving into one interest. So one common thing in everything is that you start deep diving into one interest, then you can go more professional in it. So CoVersity is a journey minimum for 1 year. So I commit myself for 1 year to CoVersity, then you'll have a cycles of 6 months. So there will be 2 cycles of 6 months. So for the first 6 months, I choose one interest of mine and I deep dive into it. And for the next 6 months, either I continue the same or I change to a new domain and work more in it. And for the next 6 months, either I change it or continue the same domain, or I want to go back to the previous one. So this journey continues until I find my interest and get into a professional way. So during the 6-month cycle, I'll be in campus for first few weeks, where I'll be with my cohort buddies, working together with doing some group projects and preparing for the next few weeks, where I'll be off campus, where I'll be going for internships, doing work ex, and working professionally. And for the next few weeks, I'll be coming back to campus and being with my cohort buddies, where I do reflect on my journey, review it, and decide what I want to do for the next 6 months. So at the end of this journey, so in CoVersity, we look at possibilities. So some possibilities which we have found were entrepreneur, freelancer, job, or creative pursuit. So while you are doing in all these stuff, either you'll become one of these. So you don't get just certified, you get work certified. Since I'm working with the people who are in the industry in a professional way, I get to know more of the industry knowledge and more about the IR skills. I get the knowledge of all these. And since I'm doing this, I get to know more about the networking. Since I know I have been doing all this stuff, I have my portfolio in hand, which makes me work certified. So in CoVersity, I don't only get developed professionally, I also get developed self. So I'll be having a self-leadership skills. I'll get to know the leading skills. I get to know more about the interdependence, since I'll be working with more people, and I'll also get to know more about the relationships and having more people around me. So one thing which I really love about CoVersity is that you deep dive into your interest, and your cohort buddies will be there to push you and pull you and get the work done. Yeah.
Thank you, Aparna. Yeah, again, open for thoughts, open for questions.
Thank you, Srijani and Aparna. That is great. So when Aparna was giving the presentation, the thought was going to Srijani's this one. So Srijani, you have mentioned in your presentation that Skanda is aspiring to be a football player.
Drupad, yeah.
Drupad, okay. Sports, they both want to pursue sports. So now being sports, which requires someone to practice regularly, how them being a part of CoVersity is helping them to grow their passion into a profession. I'm asking general to both. I'm just curious.
Yeah. Kirtika, you want to answer?
Yeah, so Mitu, actually Drupad and Skanda are not part of CoVersity, but somewhere, we've used, they are also on a self-led journey. But coming to your point of sports or, any field that requires certain infrastructure or, so the point is you maybe at an initial level when you're not sure, let's say I want to think of sports as a profession, but, I haven't really thought of it seriously. So at that point, CoVersity is a good starting place to come and, whatever is feasible in terms of the full first few weeks, planning your roadmap. And then you can always go back in terms of understanding if you want to join an academy. So making all those decisions, that is where maybe CoVersity can come in for such domains. Because by virtue of that field itself, by being in that field, like if you're in a sport, you have these academies, which are a cohort in themselves, right? So it's maybe the first phase of kind of taking that decision, whether I really want to consider this domain. That is where CoVersity can come in, and then naturally, whatever lends itself to that domain, let's say an academy for any sort of sport, the individual can go to that respective space. Ratnesh, maybe you want to add in a bit because Drupad, you've seen his journey very closely. So maybe you can add in a bit from here.
I think you have kind of put the points quite nicely. Yeah, and unless you have a very specific follow-up questions to that, yeah.
No, I get the idea, and I really like it. I also want to know, will it suit somebody who goes to a regular school? Because here I can see these are all unschoolers. Does it work with regular mainstream schoolers?
Not really, because academics is also a bigger commitment, and in CoVersity also you are like intensively like putting all your time and efforts into your making your passion to profession, or at least deep diving into it. So like it's like kind of hard to dabble both of them. It's like standing on two boats. So rather we generally say kind of choose which you want to try. And we also suggest having deep dive years where you can come and try it for 1 year, like that's what the commitment of 1 year, and then see if you want to continue in CoVersity or kind of go back to your academics.
Got it.
Actually, that 1 year deep dive year, as Srijani says, is a very interesting way to look at oneself, because it is not just about CoVersity, it's also about seeing, hey, so especially if somebody has been in system throughout, as in schooling throughout, and let's say one has reached the stage of either 15, 16 years or 18 years and thinking, hey, where am I, what I want to do in life. So this kind of a deep dive years not just helps them to go deeply into domains of their choice, not bound by any other structures but their own preference, but also gets the individuals to work on themselves, because the whole CoVersity journey is through me. It's not somebody else doing, not there is a class to attend, not there's this to do, but it's through me. I am creating everything. I'm even planning my day, week, month, planning my internship, planning what kind of projects I take, whether I want to earn, whether I want to do something for the society or whatever it is. So the whole setup is being created by me. So obviously with others, with the help of others, support of others, company of others, but it's my direction. That's why we call it self-directed journey or self-led journey. So that is a very different kind of an experience. So what we are saying to youth is that if you are, instead of, as Srijani said, being in two boats, don't do that. At least we don't want people to do that. We want people to leave that boat for a year, let's say. Do this for a year. You know that if you do not like it for some reason, you can always go back to the other boat or explore other boats, I would say. But come and see whether you would like to just explore yourself for a year. So that's the whole idea. And that has to be like a full-on thing. Then only, otherwise it's all, little tidbits here and there that wouldn't really, at least we think it wouldn't really help the individual.
Right. Thank you.
Srijani, have you told about the boot camps that are happening? Have we kind of shared that?
No. Thank you for reminding. So let me also talk about boot camps. So bootcamp is about experiencing CoVersity and being in CoVersity, working as a CoVersity member for short duration of time, which is a 1 week. So yeah, like we have been having boot camps, and there's one coming up on June 12th. So yeah, I'll drop the important links on the chat now. Yeah. And also my contact number. If you would like to know more about boot camps or want to register for that, you can contact me. Yeah. I have also shared the website link where you can get a little even more detailed thought discussion or detailed information about each aspect of CoVersity. And also we have this kind of meetups every Thursday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 6 p.m. So yeah. And also we have WhatsApp group where you get more conversations and also little plan about what we'll be discussing about this week, like the meetings, lives and stuff we do.
Okay, any more questions anybody has? Hari, Joshua, I think yeah, Deepika is still not on audio. Maybe some technical issue. Yeah, me too. Anybody has any other question?
And Joshua, we also have a youth group only for youth, where we kind of have different types of discussions about our interests, our hobbies, our concerns, or our fears. So anything related to us. So if you want to join that, you can ping me on WhatsApp. I can add you.
Okay. Thank you. I would like to join that.
Okay. You can ping me or you can send your number to me directly.
Okay.
Yeah, and you may also want to say how you guys have your own secret meetups where you don't invite any of the adults, where we don't have any invitation.
Well, definitely you have no invitation. Yeah, for the past 1 or 2 meetups, and now we're having just after this meeting, we have at 8 o'clock another meeting where we are actually presently now we are still in the stage of getting to know each other. So we are kind of showing off about what we have been doing for the past few years now. Yeah, it's getting fun. We are kind of sharing about each other. We had lots of questions, like because people are getting with different kinds of stuff where we can not even think of. So yeah, it's like a good exposure that we are getting through different people and new perspectives, I would say, and of course lots of fun.
Okay, so we can pause here for today, and yeah, we have another meetup on Saturday, right? Srijini, we have a guest on Saturday.
Yeah, we have Harita. She's a parent of CoVersity, of course, my mother too. Yeah, and she'll be sharing her perspective towards being a co-passenger, like a parent being a co-passenger at for a CoVersity member, and also our journey from being open learners and taking the leap of joining to CoVersity too.
Yeah, just one more word in here that tomorrow we are having an Instagram live wherein we are kind of, we want to showcase all the support circle or the support system at CoVersity. So we'll be having someone from the community, a mentor, a guide, and someone who's been part of the cohort. So you'll get a glimpse or a sneak peek into what it means when we say, there's ample support at CoVersity. So if that is of importance to you, do join us on Instagram live, which is at 6 p.m. tomorrow. And Srijini has dropped in all the links for you to
Yeah.
kind of check these out. And the other thing is we have various playlists on YouTube, like playlists of meetups like these, where we have specific themes we take in, be it the aspect of deliberate practice or being on a self-led journey. So if these things interest you and you want to just kind of soak in the concept a bit more, I would suggest that you go and have a look at the playlist. We also have a playlist of all the lives we've done with parents, wherein they're sharing how they've been in the space of concern and all those dilemmas, and how they've kind of taken the leap with CoVersity, or people from the industry to kind of give you the perspective of the industry experience, and also the youth who are sharing their journey. So a lot of content there. So just go and have a look.
Yeah.
Keep sharing on YouTube. Yeah. We have launched the poll, Ratnesh. Maybe we could just do that.
Yep. Just give me one moment. Right. You can take out a minute to answer this little poll with 2 questions. So we can kind of close for the day. And yep, if we have any questions, obviously we can get in touch with us and we can kind of take it on a one-to-one basis. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
everyone.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.